Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that we were just playing backstage. I thought we were like had another hour or so to go. Oh my gosh, that's what
She has
happens when it's
heat.
too hot.
She has heat exhaustion, and she's not thinking properly. Because I said to her, "We have like 3 minutes." And we just kept talking, and I'm like, "Okay."
I
And
know.
she goes,
Like,
"Why? Why
boom.
is it saying we live?" And I'm like, "Because we're supposed to be." But it's
I'm
okay. Here we
so
are.
sorry. I'm sorry
It's
to keep
okay.
everybody, waiting and so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're here, Valerie, and that all of our sweethearts are in the chat. Gosh, we just, it's so good to have you all come and join and have this conversation continue about our, within our series, that we're calling Love Notes. And I'm just so sorry. Ooh,
No,
you know,
no,
I know.
don't
Like,
apologize. Besides the heat and the solar flares and the astrology and the energy just being, whew, you go up real quick and then you drop down real quick and you're like, what the hell just happened to me? At least that's what
it
I
is. It is, it is a real challenge right now for so many
yeah,
people in this
yeah,
heat. How to refresh, how to
yeah.
get to a place where things are comfortable when it feels like your brain is boiling. When it feels like your body is like having a really hard time keeping up. So we're hoping that in today's show, when we talk about how to have a strategy for maintaining higher vibration, for maintaining that loving energy in your life and creating patterns that become habitual, right? What can we do? What are we doing so that our loving environment, vibration, entire intention is something that we can have every day, not just sometimes, not just when we feel good, not just when we're like, um, having everything going smoothly. When the road gets bumpy and the ride gets hard,
Mhm.
how do we know we're going to be able to keep going with the same high vibrational output that we want to maintain, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
not
what our
easy.
that's not easy. It's not. It's
Mm-mm.
like any kind of habit that you have, where you're, like, I don't know, on a weight loss program or on a physical marathon preparation, or even building a house or going to school. All of those things are goal oriented, where there's a daily pattern in the instruction, a daily practice of how to get there. What works? What do we know works? And I should say that I don't consider myself an expert on all of this. I am sharing, and Valerie is sharing with what we know works. We know it works because we've practiced it, because we've done it, because we've lived it.
We
And
still
that's why we
do it.
want to share it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an everyday thing for me to, and some days it's like I really have to pull myself out of a hole, basically, and say, okay, you know all this stuff. You can reach in there and find something. So
Yes.
we have a list of quick little ideas that'll get us pulled out of these um, ruts we get in, because it is going to be bumpy, and it's but the next year or two is going to be. We need to have a lot of tools in our tool bag.
Yes. We need to have a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
And I think even the curiosity of, okay, let's have that conversation. Just having the curiosity of what we can share with each other shows
Mhm.
the intention of wanting that wonderful experience of rising above the circumstance, of being able to get through something that's really difficult, and to be able to help other people that are also feeling like it's difficult to get through right now. What do we do? How do we do it? How do we stay high when we're having a hard time even
Mhm.
getting out of bed?
Yeah,
So,
really. It
yeah.
is. It's challenging, and the
Mhm.
thing is, I like doing these shows with everybody because it keeps us thinking about it, because it is all about self awareness. if we let, and say we take somebody's emotion or our own emotion and we let it drown us, and we don't think, we think, well, this, I know I used to not think, I was just drowning, and whenever it stopped, it stopped. Well, now I know I can pull myself out of there, because I'll go in and immediately ask, okay, what caused that? Why do I feel this way? Is it because I feel offended by somebody? Did I do
Right.
something to offend somebody? And then I drill down into it and I figure it out as best as I can. A lot of times I have no idea where that feeling just comes over. It's like a wave of kind of just real deep sadness, you know?
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
know, and I'll think about it and I'll say, okay, I know we're getting a lot of energy and it's removing blocks and density. So at that moment, I don't know what it's removing, but I say thank you. And I say thank you to the universe, thank you to my guides, thank you for whatever it was that helping me realize that something needed to release. Even if I can't
Yes.
label it. And that's important because you don't have to
Right.
always know, don't you think?
That's right. You don't have to know. You don't, because
Mm-mm.
spirit does know. And
Right.
I think that having the awareness
Mhm.
of paying attention to your feelings, when your feelings are saying, no, this is uncomfortable, or uh-oh, what happened just then, or wait a minute,
Mhm.
am I picking up on someone else's emotions, or are these my emotions? When you
Right.
can say stop, you just say stop, hold on, I want to stop, hold on. So you
Mhm.
stop, you can reflect on what's going on to evaluate whether it's really your emotions, whether it's your actions, or whether it's someone else's circumstances that are kind of, overlapping you, that are overlapping into your
Right.
feelings about things, because most light workers are empathic. They feel what everybody else
Mhm.
is feeling. Okay, so to be able
Mhm.
to stop, put a little space in between whatever the circumstance is, take a look at that, reflect on what it is, and then replace it with gratitude that it came through, replace it that it was an opportunity for you to repeat the awareness piece of
Mhm.
the day-to-day routine. We're not just twigs in a river. We don't have to just go along with whatever is pushing us over. We can write
Right.
our own stories. We can write
That's
our own
mhm.
ways of living, so that that river becomes something that's soothing and cooling, and a wonderful ride, rather than the bang the bang pop. Whoa, hold on, buckle in. Kind of
Right.
response to what life can throw at us. So when your energies are zapped, take a look at what is happening. Thank it for the opportunity it gave you
Mhm.
to practice that meter acknowledgement, that awareness, and then release it with laughter, dreaming, and gratitude. We always come back to gratitude,
Mhm.
don't we, Val?
Mm.
It all
Yeah.
comes
I
back to
mean,
gratitude.
and
It's
it's
almost like
immediate.
gratitude's the biggest key, right? The biggest key
Yeah,
to turn,
it is.
right?
It
It
is.
is.
I mean,
So,
I'll say three things I'm grateful for, and I'm already coming out of whatever it was. And I just keep
yeah,
going. Thank you for,
yes.
I mean, and I'll just, anything I look at, that that energy that we speak or think into this creation here automatically responds back to us. So if we're sad and depressed, it's like more stuff will keep coming into your mind to bring you even down further and things like that, right? Or bad memories will come up. But as soon as you say, no, I'm going to take charge of this, and I'm going to speak through my heart and be grateful for everything and just start naming them, it's like,
Mhm.
poof, it's like a magic. I swear it is. Well, it is magic. Energy is magic. And we're
Yes.
energy.
And
Go ahead.
understanding that we have a choice in how that
Yes.
energy goes, and
Yeah.
understanding that, right? In
Mm.
reflecting with it. So we Valerie and I talked about an action plan of things that we can actually do that help support your environment and this particular time with the energies of the universe. And one of them was clearing your space. Clear your space. As you clean your chakras, as you clear your chakras, as you clear your energy of all of the negative, whatever it is that you don't want in your space, think about the things that you can physically do. Like go through your
Mhm.
closet, figure out what no longer fits, which isn't in style anymore, which is become
Mhm.
boring, or maybe it's a duplicate. Put it in a box, put all of them in a box, clear out your closet, and make a donation of
Mhm.
clothing to like Goodwill or to a hospice care. In the act of actually thinking about clearing, putting it in, releasing it, giving it to Goodwill, that is a full cycle process that lifts,
Mhm.
because you are giving it to the universe to know what the universe knows what to do with it. You don't have to
Mhm.
worry about pricing it or putting it on the shelf inside the
Mhm.
store or any of
Mhm.
those things, okay? You will
Mhm.
have the satisfaction of knowing that what no longer serves you might be the warmth and the softness and the beauty that someone else is looking for, but probably couldn't afford or didn't wanna have to pay that kind of money for initially.
Mhm.
So even in making a donation, you have lifted spirits beyond what you can see. And I think that's just really
Absolutely.
important to trust that that is a really important aspect of participating in the energy globally, right? So along those
Absolutely.
same lines, if
Did you
you
ever like did you ever think, oh, I need, whatever, a shredder, right? And you just kind of think of it. I know this happened to you recently. And you go out and you find this perfect shredder at the perfect price because you were like excited about that. I'm going to go
yeah,
find a shredder. I'm going to go to the thrift store or whatever you were excited about, right? And you
right.
find it, and then you find another treasure on it with it, and that's how
Yeah.
that energy can seriously exponentially come back to you
Yes.
if we're
Yes.
conscious and making that choice and doing the inspired action. And let me say that thinking is an inspired action. Thinking is an action to change your thought from a negative to a positive. Even if it's just you're going from positive to positive, that's a good thing. But that is an inspired action, and that creates this to wake up and start bubbling around you. You know,
Absolutely. I love treasure hunting.
I
When
do.
when when it's such a cool surprise, when everything falls into place and you go, "There is no way this was random. There is no way this was just, oh, happy you had a lucky day." No, it's so much more. And it's when it is so much more and you understand that it's so much more, there is just this joy that comes out that is, like, so cool, because
Right.
the connection to everyone and everything, and understanding that there's so much power in releasing and giving and sharing of love, that 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 is so hard to sometimes even put into words.
You
It's just,
really
it's
is.
just amazing.
It
It's
is.
if I made a list of all the things that that fell into our laps, either free or
Mhm.
very, very little from what we were, expecting. I don't know that there's enough paper.
It,
I
it is.
just it's amazing. It's
It
so
is.
exciting.
It is mind blowing, isn't it? It's like, wow. And then you do know the more, because it happens more and more once you
Mhm.
start doing this, you will see it continuously snowball. And it's
Right.
not random. It's not a coincidence. And you, you're so excited because, oh, I got to see that flower bloom I've been waiting all year. Whatever, it could be anything.
Right.
And all these
Yes.
synchronicities happen and continue to happen. And that's what that's how powerful we are, though, once we take control of our energy field and we
Mhm.
decide, okay, I'm going to make higher choices for myself. I'm not going to play it safe or play it small, or play it inexpensive. I lived that life for a long, long, long time
Right.
because I was so afraid to spend money. Well, then I had no money to spend. Do you see? So,
Yes,
um,
yes,
that's how it
yes.
works. So it
I had
really is sweet. It's so sweet. Go ahead.
well, and it's also, an acknowledgement that the universe does reward what we put out in higher vibration. So the more that we put out, the more the universe is gonna send back to us, as
Mhm.
its thank you, as its reflective, powerful, energy that it is. So, along those lines, I just have to share with you, raising 2 daughters without any support from their dad. Um,
Mhm.
I remember asking a very wise, cousin who had her finances figured out. I mean, it was amazing, right? She paid cash for her house. I mean, we just was like, "What?" But,
Wow.
I remember asking her, how does somebody do this? How do you figure it out like this?" And she said, "Well, the number one secret is that you never spend the principal." And I was like, "Well, but how do you get the principal? How do you get to a point where
You're
there's
missing
something
me.
outside of, what you need?" And, that feeling of always looking for it and wanting it and, and
Mhm.
having it be a scramble and, and not understanding it. And I will tell you that we lived below poverty for years and years and years. And it was so
Mhm.
difficult to have beautiful daughters that deserved more and that I knew I couldn't give it to them. Or that it
Mhm.
wasn't happening, or that the circumstances were whatever the response was. And looking back at it now, both of my daughters are financially secure. They
Mhm.
know how to do it. I might not know how
Mhm.
to, but
Mhm.
they grew up in that uh-oh, what can we make for dinner?
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
they are both I'm so proud of them both because in growing in that uncomfortable, situation, they knew they had to figure it out. So even in the hardest of times, what feels like, "How can this ever be something good to celebrate? How could this be something, that has a gift in it?" They always is. There always is a gift inside the struggle, inside the lesson, inside the circumstances that are going on in your life. And their life lessons, their soul lessons, their circumstances. I would I it was a really long time before I could disconnect myself from my circumstances, that I was not my circumstances, that I am a person with a good heart and a soul and energy and creativity and love that was not
Mhm.
anything about, trying to get food stamps or trying to get help with the PG&E bill or
Mhm.
whatever it was because we were living in a community that couldn't support the job market. There was no job market. So
Mhm.
anyway, I don't want to get off on all that, but I did want to say that it is amazing how quickly the universe will say thank you, ting, and give you back what it is that you've been grateful for.
Yeah.
So, if you want, we
And
can go over a couple of go ahead.
well, I wanted to bring up something Diana said today when we were on the Crone Zone. Um, One of the laws, the 12 universal laws, is the law of perpetual transmutation, right? So that means everything's constantly always in change, always flux, always, always. So it could be the worst thing, like you just said, suffering
Right.
in poverty conditions for years. I, I'm right there with you, right? I know exactly what you're talking about. But at the end, these beautiful lessons come out of it. The kids learn the lessons. We grow out of it. It was part of the, and I don't know why it's like that, but it's part of our path that we chose in these forms on this dimension at this time, you know. But if you think about it, not only did we learn lessons, and you can learn some beautiful lessons from some horrible things, that you would never think. And that's something to keep our minds on, with the news coming out and everything too. Always look for that silver lining. Always look for what I mean, it's going to be mind blowing, the things we learn, but it's not going to look that way. It's going to look like it's, oh my God, everything's blowing up and it's awful, right? But there's that's how spirit works. Spirit has you
Mhm.
acknowledge the absolute worst of something to understand it has an opposite. And all you got to
Mhm.
do, and it's not easy, is see that opposite of that terrible thing. So name it, and there's an opposite to it where it is the best thing ever, whatever it was you were
Right.
looking for. So
Right. Exactly. It's an interesting dynamic to be a spirit walking in these human forms, right?
yeah.
Because the process of being here, of saying yes to being here, knowing that why we are here in some part is because our light is needed to lift humanity. We are asked to lift humanity. This is not for everybody. These are for chosen ones, for ones who have that light. Okay? Everyone that's here, everyone that listens, everyone that shows up that's seeking that wants the community of understanding and accepting and acknowledging who we are is a super powerful and fragile kind of acceptance that this is more than just, you know, paying bills, raising kids, retiring and dying. It's
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
a special time. It's a special group of souls that have been asked from all over the galaxies to come and assist this planet. And it really is quite amazing that we are here together, figuring it all out together. So I just wanted to go over a couple of other things that can help refresh while you're trying to shift your energy.
Mm.
So if something has come in that is giving the ride bump is making the ride bumpy, you can take a shower. You can go to the beach. You
Mhm.
can even just put your feet in salt water.
Right.
Mimic the ocean, okay? Mimic the ocean, pretend that you're at the beach. Allow that salt water to just come in and refresh. Did you know, Val, there's only one thing the body will never reject, and that's salt water. It'll reject
Hmm.
everything else that you could put in it. Every medicine, every food, every ingredient. The body can reject it, but it never rejects salt water. That saline solution that you
Mhm.
always see, it's because
Mhm.
it's never rejected. And we need that fluid. We need that
Yeah,
water.
we do.
Isn't
We
that
need that.
amazing? It's
And
incredible.
that's a good point too. If you are feeling really bad, take some pink Himalayan sea salt or any kind of sea salt. Take a little bit and put it on your tongue, and it automatically brings your body back into a homeostasis. Because
Maybe that's what
sometimes
I
we get
need to do.
that. I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that you probably need that salt, that magnesium in the salt.
Catering, where's the salt?
Catering says I
Anyway,
left.
catering left. Catering didn't want the overtime. Okay,
Uh-uh.
so how do we change our thoughts when our thoughts are taking us down a rabbit hole? And they're doing that monkey thing and that thing where it's like, oh my gosh, I just need to go to sleep. Why is this happening? Why do I keep thinking about, you know, what I have to do tomorrow and who said what to whom and how do I fix that and how do I apologize for this? And
Mhm.
is this my fault or their fault? And one of the
Right?
things that came up that I thought was so interesting was what they're calling a brain dump. Um, and I will link this site for you guys because to me, it was just so clever and their resources are really clever too. It's from Healthy
Mhm.
Happy Impact. You create a to-do list. So you actually have to get up out of bed, turn the light on, take a piece of paper, write down all the things that your brain is saying to remember to do.
Mhm.
Okay, write it out.
Mhm.
Then on the other side of the page, write down what is causing worry. What are you worrying about? What are you stressing about? And actually put it to paper. Okay? And then finally, if there's something that doesn't fit in either of those categories, write down your general general thoughts that are cycling. In doing that practice, you allow it to go out and onto paper so that it no longer is controlling you, so that
Right.
you have put control into it, that you are controlling it by saying, no, 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 you get to stay on the paper. I'm going to
Mhm.
bed.
Mhm.
So, available dump, brain dump, I thought was just so wonderful because I don't know how many
Mhm.
times recently, especially with the changing in the energies, Moon in Gemini, and I'm all over the place, or in Aries, it happens to me
Ew.
there too. Yeah, so there's
Mhm.
all kinds of ways that we can, take that experience and actually have an action plan of what to do when that happens. So I love the brain dump. Do you ever have that happen, Valerie? You just like can't get to
Oh,
sleep?
yeah, always. I always do it. And in fact, I had something the last 2 days kept running in my mind, and I was doing everything that I could think of that I know to do to stop it. Right. So I did write it out, but then I said, "Oh, I'm just going to send it all up. I'm just going to give it to spirit and give it to my
Yep.
guides, give it to their higher self and my higher self, and they can work it out because really, I only want the best for that person, and I want to send them love, you know. And
Yes.
no matter what the disagreement or whatever it was that was going on, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Mhm.
it's when have a disagreement with someone and someone says something to you where you're kind of blamed for something that you had no idea you're doing, and you're like, where'd that come from? I mean,
Yes.
out of nowhere. And so I always stop and pause is another thing Diana says. Take those pauses and deep breaths before you speak, right? Because I'm thinking, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? I don't recall doing anything except being loving and kind, right? But this person is seeing something different, and I feel really bad because I don't want them to feel that way. But I can't change anything anyone feels. I
Right.
also know this that the energies are so wonky that people are, especially emotionally, it's getting intense, because a lot of emotions or a lot of things people haven't faced or or just facing them for the first time, so it and this person is like, I'm like their mom to them, so it's kind of like like their stepmom, mom. So I get it on that level. They're having a mom issue of some sort, and I'm that person. And it's not all that bad, but it hurt me, but I don't want to go around going on and on about it either, in my head. So
Right.
I guess
Exactly.
the love, sending it love, and using your guides and guardians and angels to go and give them a hug. I mean, you could do so many cool things with your team, you know.
Yes, and when we include them, they get all excited.
Yeah.
They get all excited, and then they go talk to my team, talks to your team, and your team talks to mine,
Yeah,
and pretty
it
soon
is
there's an
cool.
energetic party happening, that's kinda
Yes.
hard not to smile about and laugh about because we know it's all happening there. One of the things that I, discovered in researching some of this was an idea that if you make a list of all the things that bother you, okay? All
Mm,
the things that are bothering you, there's only one twist to that, and that as you make the list, you can only use past tense. So you
nice.
only use past tense when you talk
Hmm.
about or list these things, which I thought was just brilliant. That's a
Yeah.
brilliant pivot, right?
Yeah.
It's taking
Yeah.
that understanding, that awareness, and allowing it to be what was. It no longer needs to be in your space or in
Yeah.
your thoughts or in your
Mhm.
environment, right? You put it down on paper, but you make it past tense so that it
Mhm.
is no longer bothering you. And I just absolutely love that. And then, of course, you can always crumple it up and take a match, and,
Burn it.
give
Yeah,
it
and
a little flame. Let
well,
the universe
actually,
have it.
that's a good idea, especially tomorrow night. We have that new moon in Cancer. If there's something that's really eating at you and bugging you, write all that down. burn it tomorrow during that. It's going to be a very powerful day tomorrow energetically. If you
Yes.
haven't felt it by now, it's just building up. And this whole week
Yes.
is going to be that way. It's going to be really, Dinah and I will go in on that tomorrow night. It's going to be very powerful week, and it's so important to get your vibe, your heart centered on what it is you want to create,
Yes.
especially in these energies right now. So that's excellent. Using and words matter, Kate.
Absolutely.
If you say I'm so sad and I'm so depressed, you're saying it in this very now moment. And
Right.
or I'm so confused, saying I used to be confused, or I was confused on 2/13/24. I don't know,
Or to say there was a confusing experience.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah,
you were confusing,
that's even
but
better.
that the experience was
Right,
confusing,
right.
right? That understanding that words also impact what is affecting your immediate environment,
Big
the
time.
energy that's immediately coming in. And my husband and I have these constant, and they're not necessarily grammar discussions, but they
Right.
are about phrasing, about wording, where he will get angry at the television. Okay. He'll get angry at whatever it is that he's saying. I'm not going to mention any names. We probably all know who I'm talking about. But I have
Hmm.
to constantly remind him that what words he is putting out about that he's watching
Yep.
is the energy that's going to come back and hit him.
Right.
Why would he
And
want
that
why would
means
he want
you.
any of that? Yes, and
Right.
me. Right,
And
because I
that
live in
that's
that space too. Yeah.
that's what
So
upsets me when people are so unconscious about what they're saying, and they're saying it in your under your roof or in your car, and you're like, oh, I always say cancel, delete, and I'll say you need to rephrase that. I don't hang out with many people because they're not really happy with me. And T Barb, I agree with you 100%. She says when people say I've said things I know I haven't, I leave them in the past. I don't need that. It really is hurtful. So
yeah,
if they think that about me, they were never my friend in the first place. And
right.
I agree with you. This one is a young one, so I'm kind of giving her a little space, and I understand she's frustrated. And I try to explain all these energies to as many people as I can, but I don't know everything, and I don't know
Right.
what's going to trigger one person from the next. It is
Right.
very difficult, challenging energy to have your emotions triggered all the time,
Right.
and you lash out at other people. But the
Right.
talking in this creational energy in the right way is everything. So if I'm standing there with someone who's just blasting away at the energy in a negative tone, I'm standing there. I'm in that same space.
Mhm.
That's not being respectful of another person's energy in that
But,
case. Not.
it is really, a challenge
It is.
because we got used to, looking at something as a way of coping with the day, is a
Right.
way of chilling out or distancing us or looking for answers or for, there's all different kinds of reasons why we were watching all that stuff as a pattern, okay? As the pattern during COVID, the
Hmm.
pattern became
Hmm.
established that, oh, we're going to watch this person because this person's funny about what's going on, or we're going to watch this person because
Hmm.
this person has answers that every time they ask the question, I have the same answer. Okay, then, that validates me. But the main point I'm trying to make is that anytime you have a pattern in your life that you are not the one in control of, you will
Hmm.
allow that negative response to come back in. And it's
Yeah.
really difficult to find a different choice, to find a better
Yeah.
choice. So
Yeah.
we had to make an agreement that it was okay for him to put that up on the screen, but that he could only read the headline. That's
Mm.
it. We didn't
Mm.
listen. We're not listening to that commentary. We're not listening to the new latest and whatever's breaking, and we don't need to be
Mhm.
broken. We wanna be made whole by the choices that we are making in our everyday life. So in
Mhm.
order to be discerning about what is that?
Yeah.
How do we put that in? How do we create the environment that says, this is a loving space, this is a nurturing space, this is a space that is growing in loving vibration. How do we create that? We have to take a step back and actually really look at what is coming at us, what's coming at us visually, what's coming at us audio,
Mhm.
auditorial, what's coming out of our mouths, what's in our thoughts, right?
Mhm.
And so that's why we're having this conversation to figure out options. Maybe instead of, watching that square box up there, go have a manicure and a pedicure and invite a friend.
Mhm.
And, you
Mhm.
know, nothing is more fun than having your nails and toes done, your hands and toes done with a friend while you could just chat and catch up. Okay, we haven't been able to do
Mhm.
that for a really long time, but it would be super cool to be
Mhm.
able to do again, right? To be able to just
Yeah.
go and be pampered for a minute, have a massage, have a facial. These are all resets
Well,
that are
that is
showing.
that. Yeah, that is true. Do something that you enjoy, right? But going back to the point of I'm seeing this person on the black box and I'm furious. Okay, you do have to get that out though,
Yes, you do.
because you can't lie to you can't, energy doesn't lie. So if you're upset, by all means, speak it out real quick. But every time I do, I say cancel and delete afterwards, right? Or I, or I burn it on the paper. I write it out the paper and I burn it, right? But you have to get that frustration out because it has nowhere to go and it'll get stuck. It'll get
Right,
stuck in your energy body and your bodies causes
right.
disease. It causes a lot of problems. I think a lot of us here know that with our um, fibromyalgia and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's important. And having somebody around you that you can have that conversation with that listens to you. Oh my
Mhm.
God, that alone, a lot of people don't have that. They just have someone who's
Right.
negative, doesn't want to hear about anything about love or peace or harmony, you know. And it's
Like,
sad
and
because
and so and sometimes when you can't get to the peace and the harmony and love, at least aim for laughter. At least
yeah,
aim for something that is lifting, right? Laughter is one of the fastest ways to change your energy as well, to
hmm
change the feeling and the vibration of the room. I think that there's something that has to do with the spirit breath going through the heart and coming out in this sound that none of us have any
hmm
control over. So,
hmm
they used to say, "Oh, I can hear Katie's in the audience because I can hear her laugh from
hmm
backstage," right? It didn't matter where I was in the auditorium. They knew that I was in the room because they could hear my laugh. And my laugh, they used to go, "Oh my gosh, they can hear her in Texas," from
hmm
California to Texas. Anyway, so
Yeah.
laughter has always been this wonderful a breaking. It's almost like a breaking, like you've
Yeah.
taken a hammer to that energy and broken it. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, that pampering the way with thoughts, it's so hard to stop in the middle of the thoughts. Going to the brain dump is a great one, knowing that this too will pass. It all
hmm
passes in all the thousands of
hmm
lifetimes that we've been in before. This is a difficult one, okay? We don't get to
Exhausting.
just yeah, we don't get to just cruise. We gotta actually work it. We gotta work it. But we can work it together, right? We can
Right.
work, the strategies together. So, in the lines of laughter, you can watch a funny movie, you can remember a funny experience that you had, write it out, write out that experience, write out that memory so that you have it down in paper so that you can say, "Hey, this was a really good moment. This was a moment that was so much fun. I had tears coming out. My cheeks hurt from laughing so
Oh,
hard." Oh my gosh, we all have those experiences where those
those
things
moments are
happen.
so awesome.
But it
Jay is
but
saying how much she loves your laugh. I do too, Jay. She has a really
Oh,
good laugh. And T Barb
mhm.
is saying that's why I disconnected cable. And I'm right there with you. I only watch YouTube and it's all spiritual stuff or astrology because
Yes,
I know I get triggered. I know it
right.
triggers me. So I'll catch up on Midas Touch or somebody, a few minutes here and there, but I
Yeah.
I mean that's just design. That is a
But no, that's
societal
discernment.
trap. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it is discernment, but the fact that 24-hour, 24/7 news just keeps broadcasting to you how awful life is, right? And every part of it, it is by design to bring us out of our out of our power, out of our, when I say power, I mean our energy center, not power over anybody, power over yourself. And if it can take you out of your energy center, which it can do really quick, they got you. You know, they got you
Mhm.
pissed off or upset or crying or, you know, struggling. If you're struggling financially, there's just so
But
many
that's
things that are
I
set up against people, you know?
and I think it's so telling of their need to have power
Mm,
and to control,
yeah.
okay? This is my life. I get to
Mm,
choose. I choose which way
right.
I'm gonna go, which way who I want in my life,
That's
who I
right.
choose to be with, who I choose to laugh with, what I wanna listen to. In the mornings, we were watching something in The Old Habit, and I'm just gonna refer to it that way, In the Old Habit, and I said, "Do you
Mm.
mind if I change this? Because it really doesn't go with my waffles and fruit, so do you mind if I just change this?" And he said, "Sure." And so, you know what? We put on a 4K walk through Finland. I mean, it
Oh,
was
cool.
stunning. It was so
Oh, wow.
beautiful, okay? We may not have these images going forward.
Right.
The earth is changing. Watch
Yeah.
the earth. Watch these beautiful places. Pull up anything that says a 4K walk or a visual. I mean, we were in Sweden, we were in Stockholm, we were in Finland. You know, we were walking all over the place in places we hadn't. One of them was Lake Como. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't need
Oh,
sunscreen. It was gorgeous. It was just gorgeous. And I thought, thanks for the vacation. Because, you
yeah.
know, to just escape and to see the beauty that the earth is,
Mm,
that in itself, just seeing something beautiful, seeing something that isn't asking you to be angry or take a stand or, you know, whatever that is, but to
mm,
just be in the majestic vision of what our planet has because it's
mhm.
just outrageously beautiful. It was so beautiful. And, you know, when we were done with the waffles and he was ready to clean up the plates and do the dishes on the dishwasher, he goes, "You know what? I feel better about that." And I was like,
Oh, that.
"Yeah, me too.
Aw.
Me too."
Aw.
So, you know, tomorrow we'll plan another vacation over breakfast and see what happens because there's so much to be grateful for. There's so much to take in.
Oh, and that is such a beautiful way to look at it, Kate. That's using your imagination in the moment. You don't have to leave your house. You really
No,
don't to feel
no.
like you went on vacation. You
I know,
don't.
I
You know,
know, I
and
know. And it's so
we,
inexpensive, and you
yeah,
get first class seats. You get first class seats, right? You know, your cat can even go with you. But I
yeah.
mean, yeah, there are ways to reprogram and to have love become our default
Hmm.
mode, to be the mode that we always walk in, to be the mode that we're always shining in. And it takes the conversation, it takes the awareness, it takes, you know, reminding each other that we are special in this time and place, and that we have to protect that. And we have to protect it in a way that strengthens what our gifts already are. So
Right.
to do that in having the conversation about what we can do, I think that we empower and give permission to everyone else to join the conversation. Let us know what are the things that you do to pivot and shift the energy when things get bumpy. It's so cute to see how many people are experiencing exactly the same things that we are. You know, it used to be where it's like
Mhm.
nobody else in the world feels like this, nobody else is having this happen, you know, and then to realize, no, 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 we know that boat. We're all in that boat. It's okay. We can do this
Mhm.
together. We can do this to a place where we are happy and in joy and in laughter and in sharing. You know, that is just such a beautiful thing. It really is. It's so cool. And I just absolutely love all the comments that I'm so bad with this about clicking on comments, but I do want you to know that I'm seeing them, and they are lovely. They are so sweet. You guys are amazing. Amazing comments are coming through. One of the
Oh,
other things that I was gonna mention
T-Barb, I did the
was
same thing. She said, what I started doing before I disconnected cable, I observed instead of looked at it as them digging their holes deeper. And that's exactly what they do every moment of the day. And I
yes, they
think
are.
that we're so ignorant, stupid, I don't know, distracted. I don't they have such a wide audience. So they do have a lot of people that they're targeting. And
That's okay.
but I know more and more people who have gotten rid of their cable who said, I can't even listen to it another second. I just
Right,
can't. There's so much more to this life than what that TV is broadcasting to us in every moment, you know. So I'm
right.
sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
no, no, absolutely, I agree, I totally agree. It's a difficult, time, and figuring out ways that we can self-love and self-take care of ourselves in a way that does bring magic back in a way that does bring the creativity back in, and the connection back in, because
Yeah,
like you were talking about earlier with the show about, the universal laws, what we put out, that's coming
right
right
back.
back. So
Mhm.
we are gonna say thank you for the joy coming back. We're gonna say thank
Mhm.
you for the excitement, for the adventure, for the exploration, and
Mhm.
for the connections and the people that are sharing this with us, because how awful to do it alone. I couldn't imagine, and I couldn't have imagined that all of the friendships that I have through the YouTube experience and that are scattered across the globe, they're all
It,
over the place. They're in
it's
different countries.
amazing.
They're in different time zones.
Yeah.
And believe me, I was in my own time zone today. I was starting late. And again, I apologize for that. But
It's
I
okay.
seriously, I was like, "No, we still have time. Do we have time?" And Valerie's saying, "I think we're supposed to go live." It's okay.
I think
It's alright.
it is okay. It's just part of the energies, and that's another thing. Being okay with what a mistake. It's not even a mistake. It's a mistake, a faux pas, whatever you want to call it. We take things so seriously, you know that it that those are designed to take you off, you know, your center also. Oh, you were late, you weren't on time, like for work or something, or you didn't do this today, and you know, it's just like, where did all these imposed rules come from? You know, if you're taking care of your
That's it.
business, it's no time limit. I don't
That's
know. I'm
right.
not a big time person myself, but
It can be a challenge. It could be a challenge, and we just have to laugh it off like you're talking about.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
there were only 2 other things that I wanted to mention about, taking a pivot, about pivoting the energy, and that was to actually plan a party, plan the best party ever. Is it a, costume party? Is it a murder mystery party? Is it a scavenger hunt in
Oh,
the neighborhood? What is it, right? It's like plan a party, plan a retreat. I love the idea of all of us getting together in some place near water and Adirondack chairs and campfire and and singing on tabletops until the bar closes and doing all of those things that just you can't help but smile because you're excited about the possibility of that becoming a reality, right?
right.
Of having everyone together, of being able to actually hug each other, to not just
Mhm,
virtually, although virtually is a really sweet hug as well. I
mhm.
take those too. But to actually be in the presence of these wonderful people. And then plan your dream trip, right? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to the moon? Do you want to go to, I don't know, Antarctica, Venezuela? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go somewhere that your heart has always said, "Oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we could just get there? If we could just go to this place and do this thing
Mhm.
and feel this water." And I my daughter recently came back from Germany, and when we were changing planes in Germany, we ended up at a McDonald's. Heaven forbid, but we did, and I have to tell you, it was the best burger I ever had in my life. I have no idea what they feed their burgers there, but their burgers were, like, ridiculous, and so was the ice cream. The ice cream
Mm.
was phenomenal. I never had anything like it, and it was at a McDonald's in Germany. So these experiences that we go where we go on a trip and we come back different. We come back different because we've gone on the journey, we've gone on the adventure and the experiment and come back and been able to share that. So
Well,
those are just
that's a good point, though. What you ingest is not only thoughts and beliefs. It's, are you drinking enough water? I mean, right away, water, it is the electricity. It moves the electricity in our body. But eating as healthy as possible. Now, I love a lot of chocolate, so I'm not sitting here saying don't eat chocolate.
You do?
I do. I love chocolate. I love
You're
sweet
so good.
stuff. But
Yeah.
moderation, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Moderation is the key. But that is so true. You go to another country and the food is different. Here in America, they're so full of preservatives and stuff. It's nasty, really. All
Yeah,
that.
you have to be
Yeah,
careful. Yeah. And I think that as we grow through these
right.
processes of the ascension energies that you'll find that you no longer want them. That you used to think, "Oh, I'm gonna miss that if that's not in my whatever, my diet, my life, my closet, whatever." Well, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
miss it. But in reality, it isn't missed at all because it really
Mm-mm.
wasn't something that was making your heart sing.
Right.
So I do have a meditation, Val. What do you think? Are we
Yeah.
getting late on the time, or should we go ahead and do a
Yeah.
quick
I
meditation?
think we should.
Because
I like what this one's about. This is very important. All right.
this is very important. Okay. Well, I
It
hope that it speaks to you. I hope that it brings another tool for your tool bag to remember that you can do this, okay? So, let's begin the meditation. So please find a comfortable position, sitting comfortably with your feet flat on the floor,
is.
and gently close your eyes. Just relax as you hear the sound of my voice. And let's begin with slow breaths. We'll take 3 slow breaths. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And within this meditation, I want you to know that you are surrounded by a white and gold protective bubble where only love exists and only the highest good becomes known from Source, from our guides and angels, our loved ones throughout the ages. So now imagine that you are sitting in a place you remember that feels safe and secure, a place where you feel at ease, where everything is one continuous, graceful moment. This is your favorite place to be. And as you look around, you notice the scenery around you becoming more and more vibrant with every breath you take. You notice that by moving your hand through the air, that there's a sparkling shimmer trailing. It's floating behind where your hand just passed through. This shimmering is a really amazing thing to watch. And as you begin to move your hands like a dance, the shimmering moves all around you. You may even laugh a little at the beauty of watching this air dance. Now bring your hand close to your heart and notice what happens. Your heart's energy begins to swirl. Notice the green, translucent, sparkling energy and see how it is flowing. It gently and slowly joins the gold shimmer that is dancing with the movements of your hands. It's extraordinary to see. There's a sense of delight and peace as you watch these energies blend. The swirling, dazzling energy is surrounding you and holding you. This is your own loving energy, the love that is forever restored and refreshed. And with every kind motion you do, it grows and becomes even brighter. Allow this love, your love, to return to you from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Let it flow into the places that may feel stiff or uncomfortable, because your love softens them, heals, and releases the pieces that block your heart's flow. Feel that warmth. Relax into love. You are love. You are peace. You are joy. You are bliss. Always remember that you are worthy of receiving this unconditional love. You are safe. You are strong. You are confident. You are loving. You are kind. You are creative. You are a magnificent light of all that is love.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
You're, oh, you're clear now. You were really faded in those last couple of sentences. I didn't hear you, and I didn't want you to continue going. So, will you do it again? The last
the
couple of
whole the whole thing.
no,
I'm
no,
not sure where to go.
just the last
Okay,
couple sentences. You're in your heart.
okay,
I'm sorry. It was real muffled and faded, and I'm sorry.
that's
Sorry to
okay.
interrupt.
That's okay. So, in continuing with watching the swirling, you want to feel the warmth and relax into that love. Always remember that you are worthy of receiving this unconditional love, that you are safe and strong, that you are confident, that you are loving, that you are kind and creative. You are a magnificent, I'll try that again. You are a magnificent light of all that is love. The love that lives within you grows with every kind thought, every kind word spoken, every hope, and every dream. It grows throughout the universe and for eternity. Remember, you can return any time to restore your heart's energy. Take a few more moments of lingering inside the green and gold, swirling, dancing, reviving, loving energy that is you, that is your heart. And now, with the self love refreshment complete, take a few more slow breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice how you feel, because you are love. And when you are ready, open your eyes.
Thank you. That was beautiful going into the heart. Oh, I love that feeling. It's so sweet. And I love it. I really do. And you have such a awesome voice to do meditations with. And I felt bad saying, "Oh, I can't hear you," but I didn't want your beautiful meditation to get muffled and nobody finish hearing it. Aw, T-Bar
Yep,
says it's joyful,
yep,
wonderful. Aw,
that's so good to hear.
she does do
I
that.
oh, you're so welcome, Jeffrey and Akila and Hypnicity and T-Barb, everyone. You're so welcome.
Hmm.
It is a huge joy for me to be able to remind everyone how important and special and wonderful you are.
Hmm.
I think we can get lost in remembering that because we
Mm,
really are. So don't worry about it. We are going to probably pull some cards if you guys want a
yeah.
card, or if you want to just do one card for the. Oh, you're so welcome, January Roman and Gypsy JJ.
If anyone wants a card, let us know, or we'll
Let
just
us
pull one
know.
for the collective.
Yeah, and I think that the meditations I'll do one up that you can go back to and
Yeah,
watch it whenever you want to have that guided meditation that isn't muffled.
yeah. Because
You know, yeah.
she does have the most beautiful voice for meditations. Karen wants a card. Awesome. Um,
Oh,
and having a little playlist is really, that's another good idea. Have something that you can put on and get your energy back into your heart, just like Kate did and showed us. And there was another thing I heard today where create this space in your head, and it can be your sacred space. Kate and I spoke about that a few times before, but really put the details in it. Like, I'm in a crystal castle, whatever, I have dragons here, and get those details. And then anytime something comes in and tries to throw you off your center, just go to your sacred space
mhm.
and know that's where your guides and guardians and angels are, and you create it. It could be as magnificent as you want, or you could be sitting on the beach, whatever you like. Don't you think?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. And I think
So,
that the more that we practice, the easier that it becomes.
hmm.
But, you know, um,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So first
It,
up, we have
Kim,
Karen.
it does take
Karen
a
for a card.
minute. It does take a minute to get centered, but if once you make it that conscious choice, it gets easier every time. All right,
Mhm.
Karen. She is
Karen,
first.
a card for
Oh,
Karen.
what in the world? All right. Oh, commitment. Commitment, Karen. I am committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and on their way to me. That is beautiful. And this is the Mindful Messages deck. We're both using this deck for this series.
What was
Commitment,
the name of that
Karen.
card?
Commitment.
Commitment.
Hmm.
So, just so you guys know, I record what the cards are, and that way, if you would like a copy of the card emailed to you, just send me a quick email, and I will scan them and send them to you. So, I got for Karen, water my dreams.
Ooh.
All I desire, it's on its way to me, but like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I will be patient throughout this journey. It's all about unfolding for the perfect time. Awesome.
Mm,
Awesome.
that
Thank you.
resonates. I hope that resonates. All right. Then we have T Bar.
Okay. Yeah. Now we have T Barb. So let me shuffle.
Let's see what
I
we.
am seeing some people that I haven't seen in ages. And I don't know if that's just because I've been on my sabbatical or
What's
whether
nice
it
to see.
It's so nice to see these names pop back
Mhm,
in again. It's so good.
mhm,
Such sweet energy you guys bring. It's unbelievable. It's so sweet.
mhm. Makes it. I mean, just makes my every time I'm on here. I love seeing everybody and feeling everybody's energy. All right, T Barb, you got guidance system. I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how to close, how, excuse me, they show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I'm feeling joy and doing the things I love, I am in a state of allowing for my desires. I notice when I am feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. This is exactly what we were talking about. That is so cool.
It's absolutely perfect. It's perfect for the show. That could be our theme song for the show, right? So, for T-Barb, I got opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me and my evolution. I am not a victim of things that have happened. I take ownership of my life and I make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become the best version, a- and I am thankful for them. Awesome. Opportunities for growth.
That's
And
awesome.
also, with this card, I would put a PS. You don't have to be alone.
Mm-mm.
We can do it together.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And that's
Awesome.
what, and that's what we're doing. And we've been together, like all of us, been together for a few years now. It, it is so awesome to know that there's people like us. We're all
Yes, yeah.
together.
We're in the in group. We're in the in group.
Me too,
All
me too.
right. Gypsy
Great girl.
JJ.
All right, Gypsy. I have projecting, projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. And this, Gypsy JJ, I know that was your card, and it's powerful and very meaningful right now because in the next couple months, we are going to be emotionally taxed, and we have to know this is why Kate and I wanted to do this show and the Crone Zone and all the shows that come up. It is so important to to find your inner Leo, okay? Because Leo is a big player now, and Venus in Leo, Mars was in Leo, the Sun's about to go in Leo, and Leo rules the heart. And just be honest with your heart, and really give your heart the chance to be free. We're changing these energies. Does that make sense? Where these
Yes,
energies
it
are
is.
changing. Yeah,
Alchemy. The
yeah.
alchemy.
The
Yes.
alchemy. That's right.
Yes. Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so did I already do no, I didn't. I'm like, "Uh-oh, she's going back in I'm going back in that weird time place." Okay, so Gypsy JJ, "Caring My Way" is the card for you, and it's really pretty. It's got hands with stars going up into the sky. It's really beautiful.
Mm,
Unique opportunities aligned with your desires present themselves to you. You attract all that you need to make your dreams a reality. That's beautiful.
that is
That's
beautiful.
really beautiful.
I really like
You
this
must have
deck.
I do too. Clear,
Hmm.
clear dreams. Really
Hmm.
important. Really important. Awesome. Okay. So
Dance.
next up we have Jan's Free. And for Jan's Free, I drew a card that is reset.
Mm.
Reset. It's in cursive. Sometimes I have a hard time reading what this what
I've been
this is
having a
saying.
hard time reading them.
Reset. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step and allow my desires and intuition. I take it step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Wow.
another card for what we were just talking about
Oh
tonight.
my goodness. And that's an excellent point. The present moment is all we have, and gratitude for the present moment even it makes that even more magnificent. But if we're in the past or the future, we're not living our lives.
Mhm.
You know.
Exactly.
All right, Jen's free. I got expansive. Every day I'm learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. That is so cool.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and next up we have Jessry. Oh, from Guides, Spirit
Oh, it's bear guide.
Okay.
All right.
So for Jess, I have my own energy. I love being there for friends and family while staying true to myself. I don't let others' energy or mood affect my own. To help a friend in a hole, I don't need to jump into the hole with them. Simply reach out a hand. It's up to them to do the rest. That's powerful.
Mm,
That's a
yeah,
wonderful image. It's sometimes
yeah,
we're better anchored up above with a hand outreached, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. My goodness, it is so important to stay, keep that flow connection to your higher self down in the Mother Earth and just constantly have that energy flowing through you. I got gratitude for Just Re.
Mm.
I love acknowledging all the little things I am grateful for. No matter what I have going on, I always have things to be thankful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with the things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus on to that which brings me joy. Very
Wow.
cool. And we
Nice.
got, it is nice. Then we got Perrette.
Yep.
Perrette. Oh, these beautiful people.
So for Perrette, I got intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make today whatever I want.
Mm,
My intention for the day is, and you can fill in the blank. Da 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 da. Da. Tape this card behind your door. Sorry, it's my card. You can't have it. No, I'm kidding. But I will send you the card if you want the card, so that you may remember as you leave your home. So create your own intentions for your day. It's your life, and you are writing the story. So intentions for Purette.
oh, Perrette. That's cool. Well, I was reading what Jess rewrote. Yes, that sounds like your guide. Definitely Jess Re. Um, Indigenous little boy she always sees in meditation. I would definitely say so. Mayan, maybe. Oh, that is so cool. And Karen Robinson is trying to keep the effing potato chips out of her mouth. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
right there with you. Oh my gosh,
uh,
carrots just don't do the same thing, right? They just
if
don't do
you
it.
if you'd
Oh,
have
that's
seen the
so
things I've eaten all week. Oh, and it was my birthday week, so I was just like going for it, right? Oh my god. Now I'm just like I knew better. But these
funny.
energies, sometimes you
I
get
know,
really, really
sometimes
hungry.
and in the heat, right? In the heat,
Hmm.
you want a little bit of sauce, a little bit of salt, a little bit of dip. Oh my
Hmm. All right. So I got January Roman. I have morning rituals. In the mornings, I will take time to tune into myself, to set high vibrational rituals that will help me lead a good day. I pay attention to the morning habits that don't serve me and change them for the ones that do. And that I've been specifically working on that too, and it's really helping. I did a little morning stretch routine, with my meditation and stuff. But it's I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Like I'm sure a lot of you feel that way. Like all this energy is so wow off
Yeah,
the chart.
yeah.
Like I'm just doing everything I can. What comes into my from my awareness. All right, we got hypnicity. What's a card?
Wait, let me
Oh,
do, yeah, January woman.
January. I'm sorry. I'm over
That's
here
okay. You just
talking.
entered my time zone. Neener, neener, neener. Okay. So for January, I got doing our best. We are all doing our best with the understanding and awareness we have at this moment. Any decision we take is okay, no matter the outcome. Make the best of any situation and learn as you go. So that self-compassion, be kind to yourself. Know that we're not perfect. Know that sometimes when the stuff gets bumpy, that it's an opportunity to learn something new. And, say thank you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. And just shift that energy around. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
next up is hypnicity.
Ethnicity. All right. Let's see.
We meant to
Mm-hmm.
mention that when we chose these cards, we found them to be inspirational, and we wanted to share the inspiration with you in the gentle way that they present themselves. And that in the event that Valerie and I pull the same card, that would mean that it would mean that it was major headline, that was a
Mm-hmm.
headline for you, like major arcana.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something that's going to affect your energy more than just a day or a week. So just so that you know that in case we draw the same card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you have, Val?
I have breathe. It's really pretty card, like a set of lungs, but they're filled with like little
Mm,
plants. It's really
yes.
cool. Flowers. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. That was beautiful.
That is. That
Mm-hmm.
is lovely. So for hypnicity, I got playful. I go
Mm.
about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn only hard I can turn oh, any, sorry. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there's so much fun to be had?
Mm.
Oh, love that.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
I would too. They're
So
really cool cards.
we have Gina,
Gina M. Hi,
also
Gina M.
Gina M
Hi, Swampy.
in the house.
I know everybody. For Gina M. I have new adventures. Whoa, Gina. Today I open myself to new adventures. I go out and I do something I've been holding back from. I move through the fear rather than let it control me. I trust my intuition and follow my desires. That is really cool. And I understand how I'm kind of there. Like, don't like leaving the house, don't like trying new things, don't really have any desire to drive, but I know I got to get out there.
Yes, yes,
I get
absolutely.
at least to the park or something, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So, Gina, I have follow my joy, and this is a really pretty card. It's a road running to the sun,
Oh, that
a
is
path
pretty.
going to the sun with gold sparklies. Today, I will write down 10 things I enjoy doing,
Mm,
the things that make me feel good and raise my mood. Then I'll pick one, or as many as I like, and go and do it. When I'm having fun and enjoying life, I am in a state of allowing for all that I desire.
mm,
Absolutely. The more
mm,
fun, the more joy that we allow into our routine, and we get to choose those routines, which is really awesome, right? I mean, there are certain times of the day where, maybe you're at work or maybe you're around other people, but you can turn those into your advantage as well with humor, with kindness, with compassion. If there's energy that's coming at you from a work situation, you can always pretend that you're under a dome of, Maxwell Smart, that dome of silence where nothing can come in to protect
mm,
yourself so that you can protect your own energy until you're until you're at home in your safe place.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all the people that were asking for a card, Val.
Um,
And do
I'm
you want to?
thinking so too. Just I guess wanted to know if you saw her question. I'm thinking it's about
The
the
Mayan little boy?
guide. Yeah, and I think so. Oh, awesome! That's great to know. He never says anything. Just usually leads her to a tree. I consider Mother Earth. Well, that is so beautiful, Jessry. Yeah, just go with it and start. You can start asking questions because they. This is the thing about spirit guides and angels and your higher self. You can see them all the time, and they cannot interfere unless you ask a question, and then a question leads to another question leads to and you go down different avenues of things that you want to learn about. That's what they're there for. But they can't say
Mhm.
to you, "Oh, this little boy here is this, and he's doing this, and you're doing that with him." They can't do that with you. They have to let you ask, you know, what it is that is on your heart to ask your guides.
Mhm.
You want to read a card for everybody?
Sure, and I just wanted to, validate what you're saying about it being an angel or guide presenting to Jess Ree for
Mm-hmm.
comfort. It's a friend. It's an old friend, and the fact that she recognizes that he may be Mayan
Mm-hmm.
is very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
My ex was part Mayan Indian, and that cultural um, piece, the cultural piece.
Mm-hmm.
But it may also be a way of helping you to be comfortable and allow the conversation to start. So that's really cool. You could even ask him what his name is.
Yeah, all of it. Start with the name. Start with what would you like to show me or tell me, or ask something that you really want an answer to.
Hmm.
Something that has to do with you and your gifts and abilities.
Oh, that's interesting. I just had something pop into my head that I'll share. Um, I heard him say that his name is Remy, and that in the past you were his mom,
Hmm.
and that he is loving you the way that you loved him.
He has a red bead that goes around his head. Oh,
Mhm. Yeah,
that is so cool,
that's so
Jessica.
beautiful. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We
Yeah.
love that. Okay, so let's do a card for the collective.
I,
And what did you get? The
I got
steps?
present.
Present.
In this
Yes.
present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. And this is what we talked about all night. It's
That's
so
it.
cool. I love spirit. I love how spirit helps us.
Yes, because that confirmation about knowing that yes, we listened to the message, yes, we shared the message, yes, they are saying yes to the message. The card that I got for the collective is expressing love, and look at that. It looks like a note, like
Oh,
love notes, right?
oh,
Expressing love. Today I noticed the things I appreciate about the people in my life. I take a moment to send them love and to wish them well. My love is infinite and feels great to express it. Our
wow.
love lasts forever. It
Hmm.
lasts forever. I mean, that's just incredible, just that thought,
Well,
right?
love powers the whole universe, multiverse.
Yes, it
I mean,
does.
love does. It powers
Yeah,
everything.
it
And
does.
we
Absolutely.
and we have been purposely cut off from that
Right.
slowly over time. So we're just remembering, and we're
Yeah.
remembering it all. We're going to get it back. We
Right.
have. Look at all of us who have. Remember.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Just Reed, Karen, Hypnicity. Let's see who else. Gina M, Swampy, everybody that
Mhm.
was here. Jan's Freed, January Roman, Pierrette, Gypsy
Mhm.
J. Starfish HH. Hi, Jenny. And
Mm,
Kayla. Okay. J. Marcus. T. Barb. How many? Am I missing anybody? Karen Robinson. Everybody that was here tonight. Thank you for sharing your
mm,
energy with us. Thank you
yeah.
for participating in this exchange of love, of
Mm.
sharing and excitement. Janet, C, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love your
Bora
success.
Bora, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really got to get better at this, I think. We'll have to do more of these so that I
Mm.
can figure out how to make sure I do this right.
We are. We're learning. We're learning as we go. I mean, I think we're doing okay.
And Terry from Holding Your Space, thank you for
Hi, Tim.
participating with us.
Yeah.
Akila for being here. We so appreciate it. And
Hmm.
until we do this again, share your love, share your light. We love you. So with that, we'll say sweet dreams and bye.
Love you. We're here for you.